They don't execute these types of search warrants until they believe they have an ironclad case.
No padlock on my house. Ain't nobody never took no car. I still own all my houses, still own all my cars.
Respect.
Still got all my faculties, still sharp, still...
Floyd Mayweather Jr., often called one of the greatest boxers of all time, has always been a strong figure in the ring. Outside the ring, his flashy lifestyle, huge wealth, and many controversies have kept him in the public eye. He has been known not just for his boxing skills, but also for how he lives and the headlines he makes. In 2025, a news story began in Mayweather's life that caught everyone's attention. The FBI, after a series of investigations, reportedly found some evidence that some people believe could bring an end to Mayweather's fame and fortune. When this news came out, Mayweather's reaction quickly went viral, starting a wave of debate, drama, and curiosity around the world.
I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Before going into the details of the FBI's investigation and the new evidence, it's important to know the background of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He is from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and became a professional boxer in 1996. By the early 2000s, he had already made a name for himself as one of the most skilled and talented boxers in the world. His undefeated record, smooth technique, and smart boxing style made him a strong figure in the sport. However, Mayweather's career was never free from controversy. His well-known lifestyle and legal troubles kept him in the news. Even though he faced many issues, he always managed to stay in the spotlight. People talked about him, not just for his fights, but also for the way he lived his life. Despite all the problems, Mayweather was able to earn huge money from his fights, making him one of the richest athletes in the world. But over time, his success was often hidden behind his legal issues. From being accused of domestic violence to being linked with questionable business deals, Mayweather was often surrounded by public attention and criticism.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
Yes.
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose. That's it. He became the villain.
The turning point came when the FBI started an investigation into Mayweather's money matters, his business actions, and his reported links to organized crime. The investigation, which lasted for several months, looked into different parts of Mayweather's life, including his tax returns, money transfers, and business connections. What stood out most in the investigation were the financial issues that seemed to have happened over the last 10 years. Even though Mayweather made a lot of money from his boxing career, there were problems in how the money was handled. The FBI found some suspicious transactions involving large amounts of money that were said to be sent through offshore accounts. They also found links to businesses that were connected to criminal groups. One of the most shocking findings was about offshore bank accounts that Mayweather was said to use to hide big amounts of income. These accounts were linked to known groups involved in illegal activities, which made people question whether all of Mayweather's money was earned legally. The FBI's money experts also found mistakes in his tax documents. These mistakes made it look like Mayweather may have avoided paying millions of dollars in taxes on purpose.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million.
Dollars?
Yeah. in different accounts.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back. "I've seen the documents. I've spoken to the people. I'm telling y'all, Floyd Mayweather is in serious trouble," he said, looking straight into the camera with his usual intense tone. Smith explained that Mayweather is facing a multi-million-dollar lien from the IRS. He has also taken out loans against several properties and is behind on years of tax payments. To make things worse, several of Mayweather's business ventures have failed. Now, he is dealing with lawsuits from angry investors who are trying to recover their money. What shocked many people the most is that Mayweather has reportedly started quietly selling his valuable assets. This includes rare luxury cars and expensive jewelry, possibly to pay off his growing debt. Smith pointed out the serious nature of the situation by mentioning a big change in Mayweather's behavior. You don't go from bragging about spending $1.40 to $4 million, 0 cents, in a day, to going completely quiet about your money unless something is wrong, he said. The boxer, who was once famous for showing off his wealth, is now silent, making many wonder if his rich lifestyle was real or just a fading image. Mayweather's problems with the IRS didn't just start now. Back in 2017, he made headlines for asking to delay a tax payment from 2015 until after his fight with Conor McGregor. At that time, he claimed he didn't have enough cash, even though he had earned hundreds of millions. People thought it was a smart plan, but now insiders say that was just the beginning of something much bigger.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. This isn't like, oh, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match.
I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so
It's
well.
all
Well,
anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's
on
the guarantees
still
that
a
kill
number.
everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody
But you're
would
saying
make
the
money.
seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems seems
Peculiar.
crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
ESPN's Stephen A. Smith shared what might be the most serious financial news about Floyd Mayweather so far. Official documents showed that Mayweather owed over $52 million, 0 cents, in back taxes from 2015 to 2022. The huge amount surprised both the sports world and financial experts, not just because it's such a big number, but also because it had been hidden from the public for so many years. According to Smith, the IRS had already started taking strong steps, freezing some of Mayweather's accounts in the US and launching a formal investigation to follow the trail of his money. Sources close to the federal investigation said this wasn't just a regular tax collection. It had turned into a full-scale effort to find out where Mayweather's money had gone and how much could be recovered to cover his tax debt. Financial analyst Chris Whalen explained how serious the situation was. He said that once someone owes this much in taxes, the IRS doesn't just ask questions, they take full control. They audit every transaction, monitor every bank account, and track every asset from jewelry to real estate, Whalen said. The IRS becomes a constant presence in your financial life. It's suffocating. Whalen also shared how people in this kind of trouble face a very tough reality. Not only is their income controlled, but even their past spending and gifts to family or friends are checked. He said that in Mayweather's case, every single dollar he spends is watched. The IRS wants to know where it came from and why it wasn't used to pay his debt. This means that every transaction could turn into a serious warning sign, Even before Floyd Mayweather fully became Money Mayweather, with his diamond watches, luxury cars, and Instagram posts showing piles of cash, there were already signs that his financial empire wasn't stable. Fans were amazed by his undefeated record and bold confidence, but behind the scenes, he was dealing with a problem many financial experts warn about. He was spending more than he could afford, even with fight earnings in the hundreds of millions. In the late 2010s, reports came out that Mayweather, even after earning over $300 million, 0 cents from just one fight against Conor McGregor, still owed millions in back taxes to the IRS. It was a shocking contrast. How could someone who called himself the richest athlete in the world be in trouble over unpaid taxes? The answer was that the money image was both a blessing and a curse. On one side, the flashy image helped him get big sponsorships, pay-per-view sales, and massive fight payouts. But on the other side, it forced him to keep showing off his wealth, whether or not the money added up. He had to keep up the appearance of living large and being untouchable, even if his finances were not in good shape. In a desperate move to avoid serious legal trouble and possible jail time, Mayweather reportedly borrowed $2 million, 0 cents, just to cover part of what he owed in taxes. This wasn't a sign of good financial planning or a smart investment strategy, it was a warning. The loan barely helped, and it revealed the hard truth. Mayweather had plenty of flashy assets, but very little cash. He was trapped by the very image he had worked so hard to create.
Me and Eric B were at, from Eric B and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E, he needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy, he owns Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought it was crazy. They said, yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
This wasn't just a one-time issue. It marked the start of a worrying pattern. Mayweather began using his fame and future earnings to cover up current money problems. Instead of building a strong financial plan, he continued living a life of extreme luxury. He owned several mansions in Las Vegas and Miami, bought private jets, and filled his garages with cars like Bugattis, Ferraris, and Rolls-Royces. But at the same time, he didn't focus on important financial duties like paying taxes, managing business risks, or making smart long-term investments. Financial experts now say that this focus on showing off wealth instead of protecting it is a big reason for his money problems today. While his close circle supported his lifestyle and millions of fans admired his expensive habits online, the truth about his finances was very different. Behind the scenes, things were falling apart. Each flashy post on Instagram made the difference between what people saw and what was really happening even bigger. Insiders also shared that Mayweather often spent tens of thousands of dollars every week on gambling. In some cases, he reportedly lost hundreds of thousands in just one night. He liked to bet on sports and sometimes talked about his big wins, but his losses were never shared with the public. These gambling habits added more pressure to his already shaky financial condition. On top of that, Mayweather had a large team of people he paid regularly. This included bodyguards, assistants, drivers, chefs, stylists, and others. All of this added up to a huge payroll. When you combine big spending on gambling, luxury, and staff, even someone with millions can run out of money fast.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, Money May. I'm the money man. Remember that.
Let's may be most surprising is that Mayweather's money problems didn't come from not earning enough. He made huge amounts of money. The real issue was bad financial planning and his refusal to spend less. His image as Money Mayweather made it hard for him to cut back. He felt he had to keep up the rich lifestyle, even if that meant using future earnings to pay for his present life. This pattern of careless spending and weak financial choices eventually led to his current problems with the FBI. Leaked documents and reports from insiders showed that some of the things Mayweather claimed as cash or easy-to-sell assets were actually either borrowed against or not worth as much as he said. Basically, he was depending on things that didn't really exist. Future fight money, business deals that never happened, and the belief that his brand would always bring in cash. When the FBI looked into his financial records, they didn't just find tax issues. They also found signs that Mayweather may have been involved in shady business moves just to keep money flowing. All of this showed a pattern of living on appearances, not actual financial stability.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
While news reporters, money experts, and boxing insiders had been talking for years about Floyd Mayweather's strange money choices, it was a big statement from someone close to him that shocked everyone. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a rapper and businessman, used to be one of Mayweather's close friends. Their bond wasn't just personal, it was also business. They worked together, went to big fights, and were seen at many VIP events side by side. So when 50 Cent came out and said that Mayweather had wasted his fortune, people paid attention. In a now viral interview clip, 50 Cent spoke clearly and without holding back. He said, "Floyd blew through his money." He listed things like jewelry, private jets, gambling, and strip clubs as the reasons behind Floyd's financial mess. What made the statement even more powerful was that it came from someone who had been there, someone who knew Floyd's lifestyle personally. From 0 o'clock to 0:55 minutes of that now famous interview on YouTube, 50 Cent described a clear pattern of reckless spending that had taken over Floyd's life. This same behavior is now part of what the FBI is looking into as they investigate Mayweather's money matters more closely.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because the entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with conversation? I don't even care.
According to 50 Cent, the issue wasn't just Floyd Mayweather's spending. It was the way he thought about money. He explained how Mayweather would spend millions as if his funds were unlimited, without worrying about taxes, long-term investments, or even cash flow. Whether it was blowing $1 million, 0 cents, in one night at a Las Vegas strip club, making big bets on NBA games, or buying another $300,000 0 cents watch he didn't need, Floyd seemed obsessed with not just spending money, but showing off his lifestyle. What made 50 Cent's comments so serious was how they went against the image Floyd had carefully built over the years. Mayweather often presented himself as untouchable, a boxer who was invincible in both the ring and life. His money team brand became a symbol of excess, showing off his wealth. But 50 Cent's honest words showed a different side of Floyd, a man struggling to keep up the appearance of success while secretly dealing with financial problems. These revelations came at a time when the FBI was already investigating Mayweather for financial irregularities. His image of wealth and power seemed to be crumbling as the truth behind his financial decisions became more clear, leaving many to question how much of his public persona was built on solid ground.
Oh, what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's time. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. It's time to make a and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac. Right, because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, when you make yourself, like we got issues over here, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it took been 2 years.
Day to day, month to month, like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Now, obviously, this is 50, so we have to take everything he says with a grain of salt, but that sounded pretty credible to me. Now, without trying to give away who it is, I have met someone who is directly within the Floyd Mayweather circle, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, he spins like an absolute madman. And I'm not just talking about a mansion and some sports cars. I mean multiple mansions, multiple cars, and not even just different cars, because he does have a bunch of different sports cars.
By early 2025, Floyd Mayweather was clearly feeling the pressure, not just from the FBI's investigation, but also from the public's changing opinion of him. In an attempt to improve his image, he announced a large charitable donation to several homeless shelters in Los Angeles. The news spread quickly across sports and entertainment media, presenting Floyd in a rare light as someone using his wealth for good. For a brief moment, it seemed like the public narrative was starting to shift in his favor. However, the positive image didn't last long. Shortly after the donation was announced, sharp-eyed fans and media outlets noticed something strange. At the same time that Mayweather was supposedly involved in charity work in Los Angeles, he was posting pictures and videos from Dubai, showing off the luxury lifestyle he was still enjoying in the Middle East. The posts showed Floyd surrounded by gold-plated accessories, dining at fancy resorts, and relaxing in an extravagant suite. This gap between his supposed charity work in California and his online display of wealth in Dubai didn't go unnoticed. The contradiction was too big to ignore, and it raised more questions about his true financial situation and his intentions behind the public donation.
This comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game, but before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. This is the only photo they have of Floyd Mayweather being at the game. And once again, this comes as everyone is saying he is stuck in Dubai. There isn't any other photos of Floyd Mayweather in the United States except for this one photo. And then we have another article saying this week TMZ and Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked claimed Floyd had been spotted in LA passing out money to homeless people and attending the Clippers game, but then Floyd posted on Instagram and Instagram stories that he was still in Dubai. It says after Jason Lee shared a picture of Floyd sitting courtside at the Clippers game, Floyd posted a picture of himself geotagged in Dubai, and I believe this is one of Floyd Mayweather's most recent Instagram posts right here. It also says he then shared videos on Instagram stories of his Dubai.
Do you think Mayweather has finally met his match outside the ring? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.